Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Today is going to be a very important day, quite possibly the most important Fed rate hike in the last year or two, to be completely honest. Before I start this video, though, I did want to say if you guys can please give me a like. It's been helping out the channel tremendously. I've gotten a lot more subscribers. It's definitely helped push my videos out to more people that enjoy it as much as you guys. So if you guys can definitely do that, it's completely free. Top left corner of your screen if you're using on your phone, or you can just drag your mouse and click that thumbs up button. It definitely does help out the channel, and now I understand why all these YouTubers consistently ask for more likes and stuff, right? So that's completely fantastic. Right now, because I released the last video on Bitcoin, I will release also, if you guys give me, at least 50 likes on this video, I will release my top 5 Web3 stocks that I think are probably going to do very well in the next crypto cycle. And which stock specifically, I'll give you guys this, right? Which stock specifically is actually, I actually think is extremely connected and correlated to the Bitcoin price. So I think this one stock is actually going to do ridiculously well, as long as Bitcoin does ridiculously well. And it's not a Bitcoin miner. It's not a Bitcoin miner. I'll tell you guys that right now. Anyways, let's get started on the video. The Fed rate hike is today. Jerome Powell is going to be speaking sometime today at 2 p.m. Eastern time, or roughly 11 a.m. PST. For right now, we did see that market drop pretty heavy yesterday on news release. I don't remember what the news was, but I know this drop was due to news, and I was short pretty heavily right here, right? Because we're on my video yesterday, I told you guys if we do break 392 and if we hit 392 and we do start seeing maybe like a candle being created up here, 100% I think we're going for 100. But if we don't break this level, I told you guys we're going back to like 386, 385, right? And I was super short right here, came all the way down. I think I took yesterday like a 20k profit or something, which was super nice on my Forex account. And then I also had a lot of really nice Apple puts and SPY puts play out yesterday. And I'll show you guys my Webull account right now. I'll go into that a little bit later. But as of right now, I am looking for, you are starting to see a small little push on the market here to the high side. You see that little push right there on SPY, right? You did have a bear cancel right there. We're supposed to go close bearish on the 5-minute. You actually canceled that out and pushed a little bit more. So I do think short term, you're probably going back to 386, 387, maybe drop from here. But a little bit longer term for today, I do think that there's a really good chance, because you actually broke the Darvas box, right? Darvas box is not something that I've taught my Patreon members yet. I haven't really taught anybody how to use Darvas box yet. I've really been just doing this myself. But as of right now, you did break the Darvas box yesterday, and I am looking for this to kind of stay consistent on the underside of this box, right? I don't think you're gonna actually, I really don't think you're gonna actually break this back to the upside. I think you're actually, especially with the Fed rate hike today, there's a high likelihood that it's gonna come in at 75 basis points, right? That's the majority, right? That's what the majority think. The probability is 75. With, if there is a $100 BP surprise, I think we dump, tremendously low, and we probably see something like a 375 or lower today. I think if we do get 100, I do think we immediately go down to 380 today. And then after we hit 380, we possibly run back to like 381 and then dump again, right? So here's what I think can happen. I think if we do hit, I think for the most part, you're going to stay around this range, right, today, even with the, that's considering the rate hike, right? So right now you are pushing up a little bit. Like I said, you could possibly just go back to this 386, 387 level, like right here, and then before dropping. But usually what happens during these rate hikes is you have a significant drop in the beginning of the announcement. So I would not be surprised if you kind of trade sideways until until where are we at right now? 8, 10, like around here. Would not be surprised to see us trade sideways, right? See if I can change this to the hour. There you go. See, because right now we're actually popping. But like I said, would not be surprised to see us trade sideways up until 11 o'clock in the morning, right? And then having a significant drop to like 381, or possibly here to trend to like 383-ish, and then push back to the upside and go back to like 390 or something, right? That's what I would think can possibly happen, and it's definitely the most likely scenario, especially with JP speaking, right? It tends to usually drop immediately after news gets released, and I do think we're gonna have a 75 basis point hike. So I do think we'll trade sideways ish until here. When the announcement comes out, we'll drop super low, probably back to this 383 on trend, and then jump super high, right? That's usually what happens. If we get 100 basis point increase, which would be an extremely huge surprise for everybody, I do think that will hurt the market pretty significantly. And I do think that I think today, if we do get 100 basis point rate hike, which I think that they should do, because they should take this chance and actually try to find inflation as fast as they can. I think you'll see something like that. Whoops. Can I get something a little bit more? Yeah, that's fine. I'll use the 3 hour. I think there's if you get 100 basis point rate hike today, you can probably drop all the way down to here, like 379, 380 or so, like somewhere around this level, right? Maybe like, can I go higher? I don't know. Maybe something like that, right? Before seeing some sort of recovery back to like this trend and then dropping again, or maybe running to the upside. But again, if you do get 100 basis point rate hike, I think you have a really good chance at dropping all the way down to under 380. If you get a 75 basis point rate hike, I think that there's a high chance that you can just trade sideways, dump on announcement, and then rally back up to like 386, 390 or so. So that's basically what I think is going to happen today. Either way, I do think we dump. Either scenario, right? We either dump to 383 back to trend, or we dump back to like 380 or 379, right? So two scenarios: dump back to 383 and bounce all, or drop all the way down to like 380 and then bounce. Either way, though, I think we drop and then we bounce to the upside. If we do have 100 basis point rate hike, though, that is something that I'm a little bit not worried about, because I'm still technically very bearish on the S&P 500, right? And I will stay bearish until major trend gets broken, right? But I think for now, if you get 100 basis point hike, I think it's kind of up in the air as to what's going to happen, because nobody knows how to react or what kind of the reaction the market will have at 100 basis point rate hike, right? That's, we haven't seen that in like 40, 50 years. So, there's a very good chance that, the market takes it as both a positive and a negative. They'll take it as a negative immediately. Maybe the market shoots down all the way to 375 in a day, and then it recovers because, the Fed already got the biggest part, the biggest rate hike out of the way. And I can assume that big money is like, okay, JP already did the 100 basis point rate hike. It's all up from here. And I can probably assume that also. So I am looking for a big dump at announcement. I'll probably sell all my puts around that area, probably take profit on my shorts. And then I'll probably start martingaling some longs after that initial dump, or possibly as soon as we touch this trend, I'll probably start my martingale longs on Forex, and I'll probably buy some calls just to kind of diversify my portfolio and stuff. Here's my Webull account. I've been wanting to actually, I've shown my Patreon members a while back. Reach 5,000 profit in a single trade. Oh, that's cool. I should probably not be showing that account. I don't know if that means anything, but yeah. So yeah, I reached 5,000 profit in a single trade, I think like 2 days ago, and it was actually from GME. I actually made in one day, I think my portfolio actually ran up to 20K, and I set stop losses on like half of it, so I did make like $16,000 on GME, but I only took profit on like 80% of the stuff. So that's why, and then GME obviously tanked, and that's where everything else. So I'm actually up overall. I think like I started this account with 3K. I'm up around 8K, 8, 9, 10, yeah, like $8,000. I started this account, I think, like a month and a half ago. So that's pretty nice. And again, I just started this account just so I can, basically trade along with my Patreon members and stuff. So far, like a month and a half, I've done 3 times 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. Almost the 4x, almost a 400% on my account in the last month and a half or so. So that's pretty cool. These are the current positions that I have, right? This is, I have a lot of Cake shorts. Cake should play out pretty well. I think Cake actually dropped on their earnings, which was pretty nice, because that's kind of what I expected. I didn't really take it because of the earnings. I took it because my indicators and my TA showed that it was actually going to drop drop a lot lower. So I actually took it based off of TA, not really earnings. So I do think the cake ones are going to be pretty solid. I'm going to sell those at open. I'll probably sell the play ones at open. I don't think they moved as much as I wanted to. The GME ones, GME, I actually do still think that GameStop can rally a little bit more. I don't know exactly what's going to happen with GameStop. I know right now pre-market it's a little bit less, but it's just a gut feeling that GameStop I think can definitely keep running sometime today or tomorrow, right? And I'm not going to be trading this for a while. It's just I'm only holding GameStop for like another day or two maybe, and then just kind of selling everything out. But I think today I'll probably get rid of all of my puts at that trend. If we do drop significantly, I'll probably get rid of everything at that trend, and then kind of realize some profit and get out of everything, and then go back into kind of like figuring out what the next step is. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is what I have on this is my forex portfolio right now. Counts at like 300K. And this is I have a lot of martingale positions right now, and that's usually how I'm trading. Extremely dangerous to trade martingale if you don't have an account that can support it. But yeah, SPY, I think overall, even at the Fed rate hike, I think you go down to 382, back on trend. If you have 100 basis points, back to like 380. But I think in both scenarios, you still pump a little bit to the upside after these targets hit. So overall, pretty bearish on today, on the initial drop from the announcement, and then you'll probably bounce back. So we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.